Director Cordray, your agency has been under attack since its first day. I actually have I have something that I'd like to post on the screen right now if I can. Powerful interests have opposed the agency's every move. Many call for the abolition of your agency, and I have a slide up there right now. On the screen is an ad run by a secret group called Protect America's Consumers. I have no idea who's running these ads on MSNBC in DC. I have no idea who's paying for them. We've seen some addresses that lead us to conclude that they might be very, very powerful interests, but we haven't received the confirmation yet. I was also angry at the deception in this ad and being quoted out of context by this front group that I made my own YouTube video. So not all opponents of the work of the CFPB, Not everyone is an opponent of the work of the CFPB. In fact, I want to congratulate the people here at the green shirts who are standing with the CFPB today. What you're doing is standing up for consumer justice, and I think that's really excellent. So I don't know if was I planning on running my thing? Okay, so this is my video setting the record straight that I have at all times support the CFPB, quite contrary to what the deceptive Protect Consumers ad implied. And also, you may have heard in a public speech that was given by our chairman yesterday on his vision financial markets. I'd like to ask you some questions about some ideas that were raised. For example, do CFPB rules requiring lenders provide closing cost documents to home buyers 3 days before they buy their house count as regulatory waterboarding of community bankers?
I wouldn't describe them that way, no.
Do you think that limiting forced arbitration in consumer and financial contracts is a monument to arrogance and the hubris of man?
I understand us to be trying to implement authority and direction given us by Congress.
And, you know, when we limit interest rates on small dollar loans to 36% for service members or act to prohibit lenders for charging African Americans higher rates of interest or for car loans, is that creating an incomprehensible complexity of government control?
I think Congress legislated that to protect service members against being exploited while they're trying to protect and defend our country. I think it's quite appropriate, but again, that was a congressional judgment.
It's a strange place to be against service members anyway. When the CFPB requires lenders to tell buyers of manufactured homes that the loans they're being offered are more expensive compared to other options in the market, is that an example of an unaccountable, arrogant bureaucracy dragging us toward the failed economy of a European-style social democracy? You don't need to answer.
Well, I will. I think
Okay.
we're just trying to put consumers in a position so they can make choices that they won't regret later, so that they can know what they really would want to know at the time.
It's
And
fair to-
that empowers consumers and promotes personal liberty.
It's fair to say that we don't all agree on this committee about the role of the CFPB, but I will say this, $11 billion turned back into the economy in the hands of ordinary working people, pretty good. On the screen is a recent monthly report of consumer complaints about financial products made to your agency. Many experts decried the financialization of the economy. They note that overcharges, hidden commissions, arbitration contracts, and cost millions in wealth to ordinary Americans. And yet, one of the quotes in the chairman's public speech was quoting Kanye West's statement that the only true freedom is economic freedom. Would you say that ensuring a fair financial marketplace actually furthers economic freedom for American people? Do people have more wealth now than some of these costly schemes are stopped? What do you think?
I think that enforcing the law fairly promotes economic freedom. It helps the free market work against a backdrop of law and order and law enforcement. And I think that this Bureau has proven itself to be not only pro-consumer protection, but also pro-consumers and pro-consumer opportunity. That's certainly how I see things.
And I would say being pro-consumer is being pro-business, and I'll tell you why. if you are an honest business person trying to give a good product at a fair price, you're competing against unscrupulous competitors, and they can beat you out, and that hurts the marketplace. It doesn't help it. I will yield back to the chairman.
Happened in the mortgage